Hi, I'm Chris from Proud to be Green, and this is your weekly roundup of green and environmental news. This week, warnings of a future cooling poverty as temperatures rise. It's official, consumers are starting to spend less on meat and bottled drinks, and holidaymakers with flight shame go litter picking. The Thomson Reuters Foundation reported earlier this week that researchers at the University of Oxford reckon that in the future the Earth could face the prospect of the very poorest in society suffering from cooling poverty. Dr. Radhika Khosla, who has led an Oxford Martin School programme on future cooling, said by the end of the century, global energy demand for cooling will be more than it is for heating. Traditionally, energy poverty has been defined as people not having heating. Now that is potentially going to shift, and we could have cooling poverty. Air conditioning units are often seen as a status symbol in some emerging economies, which could be a challenge for introducing new low-cost alternatives. The current ones are large and expensive, so new cooling technologies are going to be needed, especially if we are facing warmer temperatures. The Rocky Mountain Institute in the US have introduced a $3 million prize to find an efficient and cheaper way of keeping cool. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this and whether a new technology can actually be found. One of the current issues with current air conditioning technology is that the units themselves produce heat in their operation, which could see our cities becoming hotter. I wanted to make a pun at this point, but I don't think it's appropriate because I wouldn't want our viewers to give me the cold shoulder. It appears that consumers across the world are starting to spend less on meat and plastic bottled water. The research company Kantar asked 65,000 people across Europe, Latin America and Asia to give their views on the environment. A third of those asked expressed a concern for the environment with notable small changes in their spending on products such as bottled water, meat and beauty wipes. Kantar states, as markets get wealthier, the focus on the issues of environmentalism and plastics increases. In the future, we could expect to see the share of eco-active shoppers rising in countries that experience growing gross domestic product. The country that came across as the most environmentally conscious, with 37% of participants thinking about their impact on the environment, was Chile, with the UK coming in fourth in the list. Kantar also predict that sales of fresh meat could fall around 4% in the next few years as more consumers become more conscious about their environmental impact. Their survey also discovered that 48% of shoppers would like to see companies which sell consumer goods do more to reduce plastic waste. Now, this finding is a big message to the supermarkets and the larger producers of this world to sort out the plastic. You know who you are, there is no excuse. Holidaymakers have been working off their flight shame by attending beach cleans at their holiday destinations, the ITV reported this week. Thomas Cook has said 1,500 of its customers have picked up a total of 25,000 items of marine litter from beaches across 16 hotels at some of their destinations over this summer. These beach cleans are planned to happen next summer too, after Thomas Cook wrote to all of their 200 own brand hotels asking them to organise regular litter picks for holidaymakers who are feeling the shame. A 2018 WWF report stated that the amount of plastic litter going into the Mediterranean increases by 40% during the summer months. And I think this is a fabulous way to do something for the environment and to help reduce marine litter across the Med. Sometimes flying is inevitable, but being able to do something to offset your journey might actually go to helping the bigger picture. And finally, if you want to really feel the shame for flying anywhere, then have a look at shameplaying.com. Type in your destination and your starting point, and it will tell you how many meters of Arctic ice will be lost thanks to your trip. For instance, a one-way trip to London to Cancun in Mexico would result in the loss of 4.5 square meters of lost Arctic ice. The project is independently funded and is produced on the back of research that is included on the site. Not only is it fascinating to see a visual representation, but it is a great reminder that there are things we can do to offset our impact, especially lifestyle choices that we can make about how we travel, what we eat, and the things that we choose to buy and who and where we buy them from. Remember to have a look at our green directory on proudtobegreen.org to see some of the excellent green businesses who are already doing great things for the environment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Click the bell icon for our latest green news and videos. I've been Chris, keep green and have a great weekend.